Welcome back everybody to another installment of the Dimas Wine Shop and Tasting Room. This is the video for Summer Wine Down. This is the Summer Wine Down week. We're getting close to the end of summer, so we've got a lot of cool wines that can kind of reflect that. This is the day after the eclipse. I hope everybody used precaution. But let's talk about these wines. Here's a real high-end Sauvignon Blanc that it's the first time I've tasted it. In fact, I had heard of the label before. I think the packaging is gorgeous. This is a former model that used to make this, a former model that makes this wine now. This is their 2015 Sauvignon Blanc. It comes out of the Las Trancas vineyard, which is in Oak Knoll in Napa Valley. It's one of the districts. It's 50% done in stainless steel, 50% on neutral oak. It's aged and fermented, and then it sits on the lees for 5 months. It has this real nice, beautiful flavor of like a lemon meringue. But once again, it drinks more on the high end than, like, let's just say, a real typical Sauvignon Blanc. It's got a lot more depth than that. Then from there we go over to Paso Robles. This is the Anglum. This is the 2016 Rosé, which is a blend of 65% Grenache, 33% Syrah, and 3% Viognier, or 2% Viognier. Who thought that would make a difference? But when you try the wine, I think the Viognier, it definitely helps round out this wine, but it is bone dry and has beautiful flavors of watermelon. Watermelon, watermelon, watermelon. Then we go over to, this here is, just want to make sure, this is the Sancerre. So Sancerre is the Pinot, it's a Pinot Noir, but Sancerre, it's a great alternative. By the way, if you didn't want to spend the money on Burgundy, here's a great alternative to a good French Pinot Noir. Sancerre always gets the claim to fame of Sauvignon Blanc, but their red is Pinot Noir, and they also do a little bit of Cabernet Franc in the Loire Valley, and this is in the upper eastern portion of the Loire Valley. But just that's what I have in my glass right now. Just really what a delicious, pretty complex wine considering the price point, and I think a lot of you would really like this. Next up, we have got the Domaine du Semel. This is their 2014. It's or the name of the wine, they call it Le Vin de Plume. It comes from Minervois, which Minervois is in the Languedoc-Roussillon region. It's primarily Mourvèdre. It does have some Syrah, and it has this real kind of like wild flavor of like Garrigue, which is kind of like their sagebrush. It definitely has a beautiful floralness to it, like violet. And then if you like cheese and pate, here's a great way to go. It's got a little bit of grip to it, which I think just really adds nice stuff to this wine. Then from there we go to, this is Said the Sky, like the band, but not part of the band. This is their 2015 California Merlot. This comes out of the Collective Winery, which is a conglomerate of several vineyards. This particular one comes out of Mendocino, Napa, and El Dorado. It is 100% Merlot. I shouldn't say 100% Merlot, but 95% Merlot, 3% Malbec, and 2% Cabernet Franc. It's 16 months on oak, of which 80% is French, 20% is American, and they're all used barrels. Everything's 1 to 3 years. Just think of like real black fruit. This is a big Merlot. In fact, when I first drank it, I thought it had some Cabernet Sauvignon in it. It does not, but it definitely has got a good amount of grip. And for those of you that are, hardcore cab drinkers, here's a great option if you wanted to do something on the Merlot side. And last but not least, we have got the Rickshaw. This is their 2015 Cabernet Sauvignon. It comes out, once again, it comes out of 3 areas, Napa, Sonoma, and Paso Robles. This is 92% Cabernet Sauvignon, 3% Merlot, 3% Cabernet Franc, and 2% Malbec. It's all done on stainless steel. I should say the fermentation is done on stainless steel, and then it is oaked on French oak, which 25% of it is new. Once again, it's a pretty grippy wine, considering how big this Merlot is, and for this one to follow behind. I could say that this is a pretty big Cabernet Sauvignon. Big violets, cocoa, and even kind of like that greenery that you would get like from a bay leaf. But really, just a really cool lineup. It says grilling. These two especially say drinking hot weather, and even the Pinot Noir. I think if you even chill that down a little bit, I think it would drink really well. The fruit flavors would really come out. But thank you once again for tuning into the Dimas Wine Shop and tasting room video for the week of Summer Wine Down, and stay classy, Dimas. Cheers.